Today, we're diving in to something a little glitchy. You've probably heard the term glitch in the matrix, right? Those moments when reality seems to hiccup and you're left wondering if you've just witnessed a bug in the system we call life. But what if I told you these glitches are more than just creepy internet stories? What if they actually tell us something profound about society, human psychology, and our relationship with reality itself? Buckle up, because we're about to explore the sociology of the glitch in the matrix.
The video shows aerial footage captured from an airplane. Below, we see the vast expanse of the ocean, with waves rolling steadily towards the shoreline. In the distance, a long bridge stretches across the water, connecting two sides of land. After a few seconds, the camera operator notices another airplane on the horizon. However, this distant airplane appears to be completely motionless in mid-air, defying the laws of physics. It seems to be suspended in the sky, as if there is a glitch in reality itself.
Hello, chickies. Hi, babies. Oh, goodness. Where y'all going? Where are you going? You ready for some grubs? Let's go! It's grub time! What the fool? Why are they all not moving? What is happening right now?
Hi, I'm Ash, and I make vlogs, and in this video we're going to be talking all about the glitch in the matrix and some sociological theories behind it. So let's get into the video. First, let's clarify what we mean by glitch in the matrix specifically. The term comes from the 1999 movie The Matrix. I'm sure everyone is aware of that, where characters in this movie experience deja vu as a sign that something has been altered in their simulated reality. Over time, this phrase has evolved to describe any odd, inexplicable phenomenon that seems to defy the rules of our everyday existence. You know, like seeing someone who looks exactly like your friend who happens to be miles away at the time, or objects disappearing and reappearing in places you're sure you didn't leave them, or just disappearing forever. And even weirder, finding another item that you only thought you had one of. Seems to be very common for false nails to appear or extra shoes to appear out of thin air. I've also seen a lot of earrings do that too. And look, I'm wearing earrings today. Whoa! These stories have exploded online, especially on platforms like TikTok and Reddit, where entire communities are dedicated to sharing these bizarre experiences. But why are we so fascinated by these so-called glitches? What do they reveal about our collective psyche? Can we explain such phenomena? Maybe we can and maybe we can't, but I want to just talk about Occam's razor for a second here, which is the theory that the simplest answer is usually the correct one. I'll pop in a Wikipedia definition here as well. The paraphrasing of Occam's razor is that the simplest explanation is usually the best one. I also want to point out two theorists, Turchin and Yampolsky 2019. I apologize for the pronunciation. I just don't know how to say your name. They claim that these so-called glitch in the matrix stories are nothing more than just urban legends. They say, in the last decade, an urban legend about glitches in the matrix has become popular. As it is typical for urban legends, there is no evidence for most such stories, and the phenomenon could be explained as resulting from hoaxes, creepypasta, coincidence, and different forms of cognitive bias. In addition, the folk understanding of probability does not bear much resemblance to actual probability distributions, resulting in the illusion of improbable events like the birthday paradox. For reference, the birthday paradox is if there are, say, 23 people in a room, the chance of 2 people having the same birthday is about 50-50. And if there are 75 people in one room, there is a 99.9% chance of two people having the same birthday. And don't worry, that paradox freaks me out as well. It's weird, but I guess it's like if you meet someone on the street with the same name as you. I have a really common name that's quite common for me. But yeah, interesting paradox for sure. Before we get into the sociology of the glitch in the matrix, one thing I'd like to discuss, and I think that's important to glitch in a matrix as a whole, is the lamp guy from Reddit. I'm sure most of you will know what I'm talking about, but if not, I will give you a bit of an overview. So the original comment is no longer available on Reddit. They had a throwaway account and probably deleted it, but someone has kindly reposted it. And the original OP has said that anyone can use the story for their own, like whatever they want to do. So I'm comfortable sharing it, and I'll pop in some screenshots here. Actually, I'm going to read it as well. My last semester at a certain college, I was assaulted by a football player for walking where he was trying to drive. Note, he was 325 pounds and I was 120 pounds. While unconscious on the ground, I lived a different life. I met a wonderful young lady. She made my heart skip and my face red. I pursued her for months and dispatched a few jerk boyfriends before I finally won her over. After 2 years, we got married, and almost immediately she bore me a daughter. I had a great job, and my wife didn't have to work outside of the house. When my daughter was 2, my wife bore me a son. My son was the joy of my life. I would walk into his room every morning before I left for work and doted on him and my daughter. One day, while sitting on the couch, I noticed that the perspective of the lamp was odd, like inverted. It was still in 3D, but just wrong. It was a square lamp base, red with gold trim, on 4 legs and a white square shade. I was transfixed. I couldn't look away from it. I stayed up all night staring at it. The next morning, I didn't go to work. Something was just not right about that lamp. I stopped eating. I left the couch only to use the bathroom at first. Soon I stopped that too, as I wasn't eating or drinking. I stared at the effing lamp for 3 days before my life got really worried. She had someone come and try to talk to me. By this time, my cogniance was breaking up and my wife was freaking out. She took the kids to her mother's house just before I had an epiphany. The lamp is not real. The house is not real. My wife, my kids, none of that is real. The last 10 years of my life are not effing real. The lamp started to grow wider and deeper. It was still inverted dimensions. It took up my entire perspective and all I could see was red. I heard voices, screams, all kinds of weird noises, and I became aware of pain. A shit ton of pain. The first words I said were, "I'm missing teeth," and opened my eyes. I was laying on my back on the sidewalk, surrounded by people that I didn't know. Lots were freaking out. I was completely confused. At some point, a cop scooped me up and dragged/walked me across the sidewalk and grass and threw me face down in the back of a cop car. I was still confused. I was taken to the hospital by the cop. Seems he didn't want to wait for the ambulance to arrive, and given CT scans, etc., etc. I went through 3 years of horrid depression. I was grieving the loss of my wife and children and dealing with the knowledge that they never existed. I was scared I was going insane, and I would cry myself to sleep, hoping I would see her in my dreams. I never have, but sometimes I see my son, usually just a glimpse out of my peripheral vision. He is perpetually 5 years old, and I can never hear what he says. Absolutely terrifying, and I'm going to link it below. A YouTuber called Spoogly did a bit of an analysis on this in a deep dive, so I really, really recommend that you check that out, because this is just an example here. I'm not going to do much of an analysis on that, but I guess personally what I might think is that sometimes our brains might help us deal with specific trauma, like if you have been like OP in this story was hurt by someone else and was then unconscious, like maybe his brain is just kind of like dreaming up a story while he's unconscious until someone comes for help. And I also wrote in my blog post here, I do have my laptop as usual to help me talk about things, you know, But the best way I can think about this is similar to how someone might get shot, or is in like, what's the word? Like when army people go to battle and something happens to them that's really traumatic, and they don't feel the pain straight away. They feel it like after the fact. Like they'll feel it eventually, but your body like produces so much adrenaline or shock or whatever, and it just, you don't feel the pain until you can get out of that dangerous situation. Another explanation is that it was just a creepy poster, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, let's get into the bulk of this video. I'm so excited. Also, I hope you don't mind, I am filming in the lounge today. Luke's in the office today. Not that that would matter where I filmed, but I thought I could film somewhere different. And it's quite warm today, so yeah, I'm in a singlet. Anyway, let's talk about the sociology of the theory of the glitch in the matrix. One way to understand this theory is by looking at how humans make sense of reality. From a sociological perspective, our reality is a construct built on shared beliefs, norms, and values. This is known as social constructionism. And I know a lot of people don't like the idea of this because, yeah, it's whatever. You don't have to. That's okay. In sociology, we use social constructionism a lot to make sense of things, especially because as individuals, we all experience the world differently. Like we all have our own subjective experiences. Like two people could have the same experience but then have completely different experiences. I hope that makes sense. And I will put all the references down below. So that comes from Berger and Luckmann, and I'll put my blog post as well. So what happens when our realities are disrupted, even in the smallest of ways? We feel uneasy, right? It's as if the very fabric of our existence has been tampered with, and that's where sociology comes in. Classical sociologists like Durkheim, 1964, talked about Anno, a sense of normalness or disorientation in society that people feel. And to understand this a bit better, we can look at the Wikipedia definition, which says, in sociology, Anno is a social condition defined by uprooting or breakdown of any moral values, standards, or guidance for individuals to follow. When we encounter a glitch, it serves as a fleeting instance of disruption in the fabric of our everyday lives. It's akin to a brief interlude of Anno, where the familiar guidelines and expectations that govern our existence are momentarily suspended, leaving us in a state of disorientation and uncertainty or confusion. In such moments, we are compelled to confront the fundamental nature of our reality and to question the very foundations upon which our perception of the world is built. The experience of a glitch can evoke a range of emotions, from mild unease to profound existential dread. It forces us to grapple with our deepest fears, our deepest anxieties, prompting us to contemplate the possibility that the world we inhabit might not be as stable or predictable as we once believed. The unsettling nature of glitches underscores the fragility of our understanding of reality and exposes the inherent vulnerability of our perception. At the heart of our unease lies a series of profound existential questions. Are we merely players in a vast simulation, unwitting participants in a grand experiment orchestrated by forces beyond our comprehension? Is the world as we perceive it merely a construct of our own minds, a fragile illusion that could be shattered at any moment? Ultimately, the experience of a glitch serves as a potent reminder of the limitations of human knowledge and the inherent uncertainty that underpins our perception of the world. It invites us to embrace the ambiguity and complexity of existence, challenging us to confront our deepest fears and uncertainties with both courage and curiosity. And with that being said, let's take a look at some examples now. So I'll insert some TikToks. Obviously, we've looked at the lamp one already, but here's some TikToks for you to enjoy.
I get up. I turn my flashlight on.
I'd like you to know that you're not going crazy and that, yes, sometimes objects do spawn in this universe. A few weeks ago, I went to make tea, and to make tea, I have these, like, Lipton sachet things that I pull out, and, each one has a bag in them. So each pack has a bag in it, and then I put in 2 bags into my tea, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I go back to it, and I swear there was only one bag that was open. The other one was completely shut. It had a bag in it. I could feel it. And I'm going, what the heck happened here? I look everywhere for where the other packet was, where the other bag could be, or whatever, and nothing. So yeah, those glitches seem to happen when there's like light and you walk away from something, you come back to it, and it's like stacked. There's like 2 of something. I think there's a theme to that duplication.
I cannot make sense, still, what happened this morning. With that said, I've never had anything happen to me that would be considered like a glitch in the Matrix. But this morning... Okay, so I'm out of town, staying at a hotel, because I'm here for a work function. But our meetings start at 10 a.m. It's 7:10 this morning. My alarm goes off. I'm like, I need a couple more minutes. I put my phone down. I roll back over. All of a sudden, I can feel my phone in my hand. Like, almost as if it was placed in my hand. You know? What the fuck? So I roll over. My phone is, in fact, in my hand. I know. I did... I click the side of my phone. It says 11:30. Bitch, I jump out of bed so fast. So fast. And I look like one of those cartoon characters that are, like, getting pinged. Like, bing, bing. Because I have no idea what to do with myself. Immediately, give the manager a call. And he's like, hi, buddy, good morning. And I'm like, good morning. I don't know. Why the tone? I don't know. Purely in panic. Clearly. He goes, hey, you good? And I was like, well, it's 11:30, and I'm not there. He goes, what do you know? You're early as usual. Because I always arrive early. This is 7:30 in the morning. I thought this man has even left his house. He's having breakfast with his family. And then he proceeds to tell me, like, the time, the day of the week. And I'm like, like, I'm looking at my phone, my guy. It says 11:30. What? There's another person here for the same function, so I run to the window, and I look, and I see their car, and I'm like, well, there's no way they're late, too. Anyway, I hang up, I sit down, and I'm, like, trying to collect my thoughts. Like, what? Mind you, while we're on the phone, I take a screenshot. Because I'm like, I'm looking at 11:30. Take a screenshot. After I sit down, I can't log back into my phone. It will not let me. So I turn it off. When I go to squeeze my phone to turn it back on, it falls on the floor face down. I lean down into my phone, pick it back up, and it's on. Like, not turning on, whatever. It's on. And it says 7:30. I log into my phone, immediately go to my pictures, no screenshot. Like, is this a traumatic event? Absolutely not. Does it not make any fucking sense? Absolutely. And I don't accept this. What happened? Does it mean anything?
You guys, something really weird just happened to me, and I'm kind of freaked out. Like, just listen. So, I was off work today at 2 p.m. By the way, I work at Barnes & Noble. Just for, reference sake, everybody knows Barnes & Nobles are not small. They're big. They're big bookstores. So I was shelving a book, and then a coworker walked past me and said, bye. And I was like, oh, you're leaving? And she was like, yeah. So I looked at my clock, and I was like, oh, I'm leaving in, like 2 minutes, because it was 1:58. And she was like, don't you love when you, like, look down into your watch and you, like, see that you're about to get off work? And I'm like, oh, I totally love that. And then I said, are you okay? And she was like, yeah. So I gave her a hug, and then she left. So then I went to go clock out, and a customer stopped me. And they were like, can you help me? So I was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. What are you looking for? So then I walked all the way to the back to the kids section, from the front of the store to the back, after talking to a customer, after talking to my coworker and giving her a hug. So I go to, like, type in what the customer is looking for. Sorry, you guys, I'm, like, really freaked out. I went to type in what the customer was looking for, and I looked at my clock because I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be off. It was still 1:58. It was still 1:58. And I remember thinking to myself, I said, self, that can't be right. That can't be right, because as long as it took you to say whatever it was to your coworker, give her a hug, have some small chatter, walk all the way like to the back, get stopped by a customer, walk all the way to the kids department, go on the computer, and it's still 1:58. So I was so deeply unsettled. I was like, no. And I was like, did my watch stop? Did my watch stop? So then I looked on the computer terminal and it said 1:58 too. So I remember saying out loud, I was like, this is weird. This is really weird. So then I kept staring at my watch. And then a lady came over to me, she talked to me, and I typed something else in. And then I looked at my watch again, and it finally said 1:59. You guys, my internal clock is pretty good. I know more than 1 minute passed for me to do all of that. There's no way that it remained 1:58 to 1:58, and then I sat there looking at my clock and it was still 1:58. I don't know what this means. This on the web. Shut up, Alexa. I don't know what this means. I don't know. I am deeply unsettled. There's no way. Y'all, there's no way. Like, did time stop? Did anybody else experience something like this around this time? It takes me about a minute to walk from the front to the back in a meandering style. Let alone talk to a customer, talk to a coworker, and look something up and walk. It was 1:58 for like 2 to 3 minutes. That's what I'm saying to you guys. It was 1:58 for like 2 to 3 minutes when it should not have been 1:58. Anyways, CERN, the eclipse, I don't know. Y'all, I am not okay. Because that was weird. It was so weird that I looked at the computer terminal to see if maybe, I don't know what I was trying to see. Y'all, that was weird. By the way, it's a digital watch. It's not analog. The computer terminal said the same thing. It said the same thing.
I want to hear all of your glitch in the matrix, unexplainable, weird stories, because they are fascinating to me. And we can make this a series. This can be episode 1 because I have plenty of them. This one's my mom's. She was driving from Atlanta to North Carolina. It's the middle of the night. She's on the phone with my grandma, and my grandma is helping her over maps, Google Maps, because my mom was running out of gas and she was panicking a little bit because she was in the middle of fucking nowhere, okay? Finally, over the hill, she sees a lit up, beautiful gas station. So she pulls in, she pumps her gas, uses her card, and then she goes to walk in to pee before she leaves. So she's walking towards the door, and as she gets to the door, her mom called her and goes, "You ran out of gas, didn't you?" And my mom's like, "No, I'm at a gas station. Is my car, do you not see it?" She said, "No, your car's like parked in the middle of nowhere. Where are you?" And she said, I'm at a gas station." And as she's saying that, she goes to pull the door and it's locked. And she looks up and there's a close sign. And she was like, "Oh, I just got gas. That's weird." She turns around. Everything's dark. No lights on, no people, no cars, bars on the windows, boarded up windows, a completely abandoned gas station. Ugh, it makes me want to throw up thinking about it. So of course, like any normal human, my mom's like, I've lost my mind, or I've fallen into a different dimension. She speeds off, gets on the interstate, completely weirded out, looks at her gas tank. Her gas is full. She got gas at this non-existent gas station. It's not on her credit card history, nothing. They go back, look on maps. There's no gas station there. Never figured it out.
I hope you enjoyed those examples. I find them so fascinating. And now I want to turn to the social, cultural, and political impact of glitches. Why do such stories and examples of glitches resonate with us so deeply? It might be because they tap into our inherent need for control and understanding, according to Leotti and colleagues, 2010. When something inexplicable happens, it does happen to challenge our perception of reality. And it forces us to confront the possibility that our world might not be as stable or predictable as we'd like to believe. It can be seen as a psychological coping mechanism. We tell ourselves these stories to process the uncertainty and chaos in life. The glitch in the matrix phenomena isn't just limited to personal experiences. It's also a major theme in popular culture, like we've already discussed the movie The Matrix. It's one big one. But think about all the other ones. So movies, TV shows, video games play with the idea of reality being distorted or manipulated. Shows like Black Mirror, movies like Inception, the list goes on. These explore such themes, making us question what's real and what's not. These cultural representations aren't just for entertainment. They reflect our collective anxieties about technology, surveillance, and the nature of existence itself. In a world where we increasingly rely on technology to mediate our experiences, the line between the real and the virtual is becoming blurrier. That's the hyperreality theme again. The glitch becomes a metaphor for our fears about losing control over our own reality. The fascination with glitches in the matrix extends beyond the realm of entertainment and pop culture. It delves into philosophical inquiries about the nature of reality and the limits of human perception. The concept of a simulated reality, akin to a glitch in the matrix, raises profound questions about the authenticity of our experiences and the very fabric of our existence. Where do we come from? Who are we? What happens after we die? Are we even real? Those are just some questions that might be evoked. I'm sure you have your own too. As people in society grapple with rapid technological advancements and the omnipresence of digital interfaces, the notion of a glitch in the matrix takes on new significance. It serves as a cautionary tale about the potential consequences of our increasing reliance on technology and the digital realm. The fear of losing touch with the tangible, physical world is encapsulated in the metaphorical glitch, prompting introspection about the balance between the virtual and the real. The prevalence of the glitch in pop culture reflects a broader cultural shift towards questioning established norms and realities. In an era marked by uncertainty and rapid change, narratives that challenge traditional perceptions of reality resonate deeply with audiences seeking to make sense of a complex and evolving world. The glitch in the matrix symbolizes a disruption in the status quo, inviting contemplation on the fluidity of truth and the malleability of perception. So, as we've discussed some epistemological challenges, we might also want to consider here some other implications of glitches in the matrix. These can be social, political, and cultural to an extent. Questions may be raised about the nature of knowledge and truth. This could lead to discussions about the reliability of information in politics and the role of misinformation in shaping public opinion. Trust in institutions may change. For example, if individuals start questioning the nature of reality due to personal experiences with glitches, they may also begin to question the trustworthiness of institutions, including political entities. This could in turn impact voter behaviour and attitudes towards governments and government bodies. And finally, for this section, I want to talk about social cohesion. Shared beliefs and a common understanding of reality are essential for social cohesion. Instances of reality glitches could potentially disrupt this shared understanding, leading to the societal divisions that could manifest in political movements or conflicts. Overall, while the glitch in the matrix phenomenon itself may not have direct political implications, so correlation, not causation, the broader implications related to perception, truth, and societal cohesion could indirectly influence political landscapes. And I'm sure we will be seeing a lot of that with the upcoming elections. Okay, moving on now to conclusion my conclusion and my reflection on this. What can we take away from all of this? I don't know why I keep doing this. I'm trying to be cool. I'm not very cool. I'm a nerd. Anyway, the glitch in the matrix is more than just a quirky internet phenomenon. It's a window into our collective psyche, revealing our deepest fears and questions about reality. Whether you believe these glitches are real or just tricks of the mind or false memories, they are undeniably powerful. They challenge our understanding of the world, and they force us to confront the unknown, often leading us to existential dread. I feel like I experience existential dread on a daily basis. But maybe, just maybe, the next time you experience a glitch, instead of being freaked out, you can see it as a reminder of how beautifully complex and mysterious our reality really is, and how complex our brains are, and all of that. If you have experienced a glitch in the matrix, please comment down below and let me know what happened. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the sociology of the glitch in the matrix. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the weird and wonderful aspects of our world. And if you've ever experienced a glitch, like I said before, comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning reality. I'm Ash.